So, Ryan, if you had to sum up Loews Royal Pacific in one sentence, what is it?
It's a pay for the shortcut hotel. You're not paying for fancy sheets. You're paying to skip the lines.
Yes, and that can be true. And it's kind of the whole point of today's episode because people hear premier hotel and they assume like it's this super luxury stay.
Then they get there, they're like, why is this so expensive?
So, we're going to break it down honestly the room, the food, the pool, the location, and the perk that can make this hotel feel like it was a genius move or a total waste.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to One Slice at a Time, the show where we break travel destinations into bite sized pieces that you can use right now. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Brian. Today we're reviewing Loews Royal Pacific Resort at Universal Orlando, one of Universal's three premier hotels.
And Premier matters because guests at Royal Pacific get free Universal Express Unlimited included with their stay, which means that you can skip the regular lines at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure with your valid park admission. And unlike the regular Express Pass that you can only do each ride once, Unlimited allows you to go do the rides through the Express Pass line as many times as you want.
A lot of people are picking this resort based on this perk. Stephanie is one of those people. We're going to answer the big question: does the resort hold up, and who should actually book it?
So let's just set some expectations. Royal Pacific, you're not paying for the room the way a true luxury hotel is. It's more like a strategy buy.
Yeah, the value really lives or dies on how much you're going to use the Express Pass.
But this hotel can make sense for other reasons as well. So the question isn't, is the hotel nice? The hotel's nice, but does it save you time and money compared to other options?
A lot of really nice resorts that you go to, you have
Mhm.
like this wow moment when you walk in. I haven't stayed at Royal Pacific. Stephanie has multiple times.
Mhm.
Stephanie, do you get a wow when you walk in at Royal Pacific?
No, but you definitely get a vibe. So as soon as you pull up, it has that tropical, calm resort feel. Lots of greenery, lots of water features. There's actually a bridge that you walk over the water to get into the main lobby. And it's a great break from the sensory overload that is Universal theme parks.
Yeah, so you can just kind of like breathe. Whereas when you're in
Yes.
City Walk and you're like dodging people and like all the things, like here you can just kind of chill for a bit.
hmm Yes. It does have a very nice vibe, but is the nice vibe really worth the price you would pay? And we'll get into like exact numbers later, but guys, uh, ooh, without some of the perks, I don't know if it's worth it. We're gonna get to it.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty lobby's probably not the metric that most people are using for their vacation. Some people are because they spend a lot of time in the lobby,
Yeah,
but let's get practical though.
absolutely. So let's talk about the rooms. At Royal Pacific, in my opinion, this lands in a solid and comfortable zone. It's not in the wow zone. Now, we stayed in a regular room, two queens. The rooms are larger. They have, nice sheets. They're decorated very nice. They have all the amenities that you would expect in a normal hotel room and none of the extra fluff. Like, so you're not going to have robes. We had a beverage cooler, but it wasn't like you had a stock mini fridge or anything like that.
So I can see where some people might get a little disappointed with that,
hmm
but you do have like it said, it all comes down to that other part
hmm
that we're going to talk about. It's more standard though, right? Like this is like
Right.
a normal hotel.
Yes. And you'll absolutely have a great stay and you'll sleep well. If you're expecting this to be like a really nice luxury resort room, then you may feel let down if you're in one of these regular rooms.
Okay. But sometimes families are like, are we going to spend any time in this room anyway? Or are we just sleeping and
hmm
showering?
Exactly. And because if it's a crash pad, the wow factor doesn't matter really at all. It's is it comfortable place to sleep? Does it have enough room for everyone?
Well, Stephanie, you know I am a convenience junkie.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about like, is this a convenient hotel to stay in then?
I think very much so. You can walk to City Walk. I didn't do that. There is a wonderful boat system that takes you over to City Walk. It's very convenient, very relaxing, a very short walk from the lobby to get to the boat. It's actually right out by the pool. And so it was very convenient to get to Universal, Orlando, or Islands of Adventure.
And
Let's
so
see.
perk, that's a perk. I don't want to get on a bus
Yeah.
if I don't have to.
No.
So if I can get
Right.
to those two parks without getting on a bus, that's a perk. I could take that water
Right.
taxi, and that's like kind of taking a ride to the rides.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I love a good water taxi.
Yes. Yes.
Now, the water taxi does take you straight to City Walk, and City Walk is that huge, entertainment, food, shopping district. Now, that is very close to both of the theme parks. Where the water taxi doesn't take you is to Epic Universe.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So there is bus transportation to Epic Universe, but it's kind of a long bus ride. And the walk to the bus is kind of long because it's all the way out by Royal Pacific's convention center,
Yeah.
not up at the main entrance where most of the bus traffic for the other Universal hotels is stopping to pick people up. So just keep that in mind for your Epic Universe day because you're going to have a good 10 to 15-minute walk out to the bus to get to Epic Universe. So
Those 10 to 15 minutes matter because you're most likely on your Epic Universe day trying to get there for early park entry.
early.
Yep.
Or worse, you're trying to get back to your hotel after you spent all day at Epic Universe and you're exhausted
Yeah.
and you still have 10 or 15 minutes. From us, we were the furthest tower from that stop. So that was a good 15-minute walk up to our room. So,
Okay. All of this doesn't matter for the most part. The reason people are going to this hotel, the reason you go to this hotel is all because of the Express Pass. And there are a variety of hotels where the unlimited Express Pass is included. This one is the low cost,
the cheapest,
option, right?
Yes, this is the cheapest premier hotel that also includes that Universal Express Unlimited. Now, a couple caveats about this. Universal Express Unlimited, that hotel perk only works at Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure. It does not work at Epic, and there's no such thing anymore as Express Pass at Volcano Bay, the water park. So what you're really getting is quick access to the rides at those two parks.
Yes, you still have to pay for it at Epic. So you
Right.
book your vacation here. Keep in mind that you're going to want to have some time at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure because
absolutely.
that's where you're going to derive a lot of value out of this stay.
Right.
So it's a huge cash value. Even Lowe's is going to frame it like that on the website where they say the express pricing ranges from $129.99 to $389 per person per day.
Yes.
Now,
And it does.
I have
That is
priced
not
out. Yes, it does. I've priced out Universal a lot of times. Stephanie, I'm sure this happens to you too. A lot of times people say to me, Ryan, I'd love to go to Disney for, let's say, 4 days. And then I'd like to spend a couple of days over at Universal Studios. And I'm like, okay, just so you know, the Universal tickets and express passes are going to cost a lot.
Yes.
Because if you get the express pass, whether you get the one-time use or the multi-use like this, the unlimited,
Yeah.
it is well over $100. And it's not necessarily only per person per day. It may be per park per person per day. So if you want to get
Depends.
the park-to-park ticket, you're going to spend even more
money
for your
on
express.
that express pass. Yes, you are.
Yep.
And I will have to say, you can just double pretty much. So the price of your ticket, take that and double it. And then that's going to be pretty much so close to your price for a Universal Express Pass for the day.
The rule of
That
thumb.
is that is a good rule of thumb. So take your ticket price and say times 3, and then you've got an idea of what it's going to cost you per person to get into that park that day. And that's why places like Royal Pacific and these premier hotels, they can be a game changer for people doing shorter Universal trips that are trying to pack as much in as possible.
Yeah, because like we just said, you're going to spend family of four is going to spend
Mhm.
about $1,000 probably on express passes
Oh,
per
wow.
day.
Yes.
So
Yep,
if
it
the
can add
room
up.
rate, if the room rate is $400 more than the moderate hotels that
Paid
have
for itself.
Universal, yeah,
Yeah,
it's paid for itself.
it's
Yep.
definitely paid for itself. You
Yep.
also get the convenience factor of being close to the parks with that.
Yep.
So, and other perks we'll get into, but just some caveats about the Universal Express Pass. So, this can make sense for your family if you're going and you're going to be hitting Universal hard for just a couple of days. Remember that the Express Pass Unlimited is for your check in day and your checkout day as well. So, you want to arrive early and go to the parks? Stop and pick up your tickets. You have the Universal Express Pass Unlimited as soon as you pick up your tickets that day. Come back, sleep that night. You have a one night stay, but you're going to get Universal Express Pass on that check in day and that checkout day. So you could do 2 park days
Yep.
with the unlimited Express Pass with only a one night stay
That's
at a
right.
Premier Hotel.
Yep.
So it's a huge perk.
Yep. If you're doing Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, if you want to do Epic,
Right.
then it kind of breaks down. So
Yes. So let's talk about those people, Ryan, that they're going with a group that just kind of like wanders around. They are not big rides. Do you see like any of these premier hotels, but especially Royal Pacific fitting into their plans?
well, listen, it's never the wrong decision to book a nice hotel. It's never the wrong decision. However, if you're trying to make an economic decision like
Hmm.
this, and you've got a situation where not only if it's just, if the math starts to work really well when you get to the 3 or 4 people, if it's just a couple
Hmm.
going, you might be able to get ahead if you book a moderate hotel and and just buy the express passes.
Right.
Um, if you don't really do rides, or you only are going to do a couple of rides, then
Yeah.
maybe you don't want it.
Right.
Maybe you don't want to like shell out the extra money. But if that's the case, you're
Hmm.
probably going to be the type of people that want to spend time at a nice pool at the hotel. So now you're
Right.
looking at that. You're
It's
going
a
back to looking
trade-off.
at that. Yeah.
Yes.
So
And I will say, like, the convenience factor here, guys, is also a big bump because the premier hotels are closer to the parks. And this one in particular is closer to the park, but it doesn't have that loud, busy theme park vibe
yeah,
like a lot of hotels that are close to theme parks tend to have.
yeah,
This one is very quiet, very relaxed, and very peaceful.
yeah.
So,
If you're going to walk around, do shows, and if you're going to be in the parks all day but not doing rides, then their value is not here for that.
exactly.
For that
Exactly.
decision. That's not why you
Right.
pick Rob.
And I think people make the assumption, oh, Premier Hotel, then this is the best hotel for everyone,
Yeah,
period. But
that's not true. Yeah.
no, like we're just talking about ride focus days at Universal and Islands of Adventure. I am going to say definitely stay at Royal Pacific because economically wise, this is the best way to get the express pass for most people.
All right. Now let me paint a scenario of like what would be an ideal like weekend
Hmm.
for a couple like me and Maggie that are
Sure.
going. So like we would check in on a Friday and we might check out on a Sunday. We have been to Universal Studios so many times. So
Hmm.
like for us, we would love to stay at a place like Royal Pacific where the convenience of getting to City Walk, where we're going to eat
Hmm.
dinner and maybe also lunch. we're gonna
Right.
we're gonna have probably 2 meals out per day at
Hmm.
City Walk in one of those nicer restaurants. And
Hmm.
then we will try to do all the rides we want to do in like 3 to 4 hours. So
Right.
like you can use the express pass to kind of like maximize your time in the park as well.
Hmm.
So that you can actually do what I'm saying here is like you have the convenience of the nice close hotel. You
Right.
can go have your lunch, go into the park for 3 or 4 hours, five
Hmm.
hours, then you come back out and you can go to dinner and then you can go back to the hotel and hit the pool or
Yes.
whatever. So like there's a couple different ways to do it. Um,
Hmm.
and a couple different ways to think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, if you're going for a limited time and you know that there is a ride that you really, really like, but it's one of the busier rides, um, What comes to mind is Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure for us. We had Unlimited Express Pass and a Velocicoaster. Both of those rides, I won't say we because I don't do a Velocicoaster, but Eva and our group, we were able to ride those a couple of times in one day where we did not have to stand in the 2-hour line for Hagrid's. So if there is a ride that you really, really like, that you know you want to ride more than once, that has these huge wait times, this can be the game changer right there, is that Unlimited Express Pass. For sure. Yep. So we were there in January. Yeah, we were there in January. The pool was closed, guys. They didn't even have the pool open. They had some music going and stuff, but there was nobody in the pool. It was like 40 degrees out or whatever. I have also been to Royal Pacific when the pool was open. So yeah, let's talk about the pool because I want to stay in a nice resort. And if I'm having extra time because I got everything done in the parks with this Express Pass, you're going to have extra time to come back and use the pool. So it is a real win here. This kind of feels like tropical luxury. It's relaxing. Like I said, there's some music going, a little bit of a party vibe during the day, but it's not like your basic rectangle pool, and it's a great size. Some of these hotels, like the pool is massive, right? Just thinking of like Cabana Bay, and like these pools are huge, and this is a nice size pool without feeling like it's overwhelming and your kids are going to get lost and you can't find them.
Yeah, but that's perfect.
Yeah.
I just, a lot of times I don't even use it when I go to these resorts, but when I do, I love, the size that you're describing here. It's perfect.
Right. It's perfect. And they have great padded loungers. This is a luxury resort, guys. We're not talking about plastic lawn chairs. Okay. Yes. They have nice padded loungers, lots of shade. They have cabanas that you could book for the day if you were going to spend a whole day at the pool. So I think, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cabana Boy Ryan, go back and yes. So they have people coming around and serving you drinks, lots of fresh towels. So this is a nice, quiet, the luxury vibe pool and very close to the lobby, right off of the lobby. So
right. We talked about my MO. We're nowhere. I'm going to City Walk to eat.
Eat the food, yeah.
But Royal Pacific has some of its own food, its own dining options.
Yes.
And I know you've eaten at least one of them. So let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. So they do have multiple dining spots, which I think is a definite benefit to a place like this. And I expect multiple dining spots in luxury hotels, right? Yes. At this price point, you expect multiple dining spots.
Yep.
So there's the Islands Dining Room, and then there's Jake's American Bar, the Orchid Court and Lounge, and Sushi Bar, and then there's a pool bar and a quick stop. So I will say that all of these are really well done. The Islands Dining Room is great. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. They had a great breakfast menu. We did not eat there for breakfast this time. We did stop at Jake's American Bar on the way home from the parks the first night, and good, solid food. Nice beer selection, nice ambiance. Service was slow, but it could have been, guys, it's January at 9 p.m., right? So,
yeah.
Right. So it just was, a little bit less people working or something. I think that we were Kyle especially was very disappointed that we didn't get to go to the sushi bar.
Oh,
it just didn't work out when you have a kid that all she wants to do is ride theme park rides.
Yeah.
But it was really open late, and there was always like some music playing back there. Is a beautiful bar, bar. But we didn't get to try the sushi there, and we would have liked to do that.
I didn't hear pizza in there, so I'm kind of out.
I didn't see any pizza, but the pool was closed, so there wasn't anything out at the pool place. So I don't know if there was like pizza out there.
Okay.
They did have the Tuk Tuk. It's kind of like a quick service place for all our Disney people. Crowded, especially in the mornings. There wasn't a lot of seating. Most people got their breakfast and then they would sit in the lobby and eat. They did have a pretty good selection of like grab and go, and they had like sandwiches and breakfast burritos and stuff that they were making fresh. I would say like the whole line and the way people queued up, there was like only 2 cash registers. So you started down here and you like picked up your stuff. And then there was like this, crowd of people up by the cash registers trying to figure out it was not a good flow through this quick service spot. at all.
Yeah.
But
But still impressive. You mentioned like 5 places.
oh
Decent.
yeah. Yep.
Yep.
There's lots of options. Lots of options.
Yep.
So let's move on. Let's talk about things that matter when you're tired and you're sweaty and you spent all day at a theme park, because that's what's really happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty photos don't always answer the question of like what's real important.
Right. The boat service, like we spoke about, the water taxis are great. Quick, nice, relaxing way to get in the park without using your own 2 feet. The boat stop is right by the pool, so it's very convenient. I
Yep.
only say that because I know some of the other water taxi stops that I've been to at other resorts are quite a walk away
Okay.
from the resort. And so not as convenient. They add some travel time there. The bus to, we
We
had the
talked about
longest
those. Yeah.
walk. Yeah, the bus to Epic is kind of, it is what it is. But guys, Epic is nowhere near Universal.
Mm.
So if you, I just going to pro tip here, if you're looking at doing a vacation and you're going to focus on 2 or 3 days at Epic to really do everything, stay at one of the hotels over there.
Yeah. Carolina or
For
whatever they
sure.
are. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But overall, this hotel's very, very convenient, and it's a nice ambience. I would say when you walk in, you have 2 flights of stairs to walk up to go up the lobby.
Really?
So
It's not
heads
accessible?
up there. I'm sure that they have a
They have to. Yeah.
sorry.
They have to have a
They
sort of
they have
elevator.
yes, they have
or
an
ramp.
elevator tucked in somewhere, but you're tired, your kids are tired, and you have to walk upstairs to get to the lobby, to walk to the the tower that we were in. So it is
There's also there's
a little
bell
clunky
service
there.
too, right? Like you
Oh,
could
absolutely.
okay.
But
Okay.
they won't carry me to my room when it's 11 p.m.
Oh, that's not good.
So things to think about.
Yes. Yeah. All right, let's take a break here for a second. Do not forget that if you're trying to book a trip to Universal Studios or Disney or cruise or anything like that, you should enlist the help of a travel advisor. That's what Stephanie and I do every single day. We are travel advisors, and we've been to these places many, many times. If I
Yes.
haven't been there, Stephanie has, or one of our other business partners in our agency, Creating Magic Vacations.
Mhm.
So do hit us up for all the help. We don't charge you anything. So,
Yes.
but
Very economical decision on that one.
yes,
Use me or Ryan. No
we've
charge a
talked
dime.
about
Give great.
if
Yeah.
we're so convenient, and we've talked about convenience on the show a bunch with the water taxis and all the things. Let's go into our Crusty review, and let's talk about one of the convenient pizza places to go to at Universal. Stephanie, I always give a place some points just for being there, right?
Right. Well, they have to have some points just for being available. And like you said, convenient. But let's hop over to Islands of Adventure and talk about Pizza Predattoria. Now,
Okay.
obviously, this is in the Jurassic Park section
Yes.
of Islands of Adventure. And I feel like you could walk by this place and miss it entirely.
Yeah. And you do. You go past the
Yeah.
water ride, and it's going to be there on your right. Yeah.
Yep.
The pizza's it's the same standard
theme
quick
park
service
pizza.
pizza. It's going to be a little fluffy, but it's there. It's available if you need to get that when you're in Universal, which I will be the first to say. I don't think the food in the Universal parks is all that good. So
I'm
I
not a big fan of
always
most
go
of
out to
it.
City Walk. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So this is available if you need to have something because you're starving, and it's pizza. So it's pizza flavored garbage. So it's better than most.
That's right. At least it's pizza flavored junk. Guys, listen, pro tip here. If you are going to Islands of Adventure, have Ryan or I snag you a reservation at Mikos, which is really
Yes.
the only place that you should be eating food at
And just in a
at
Universal. Park.
Universal.
Yeah.
Right.
In a Universal Park.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's talk about, finally who should book up. And we have covered a lot of this, but who should be booking specifically Royal Pacific?
Yeah. If you are going to Universal Studios and you're going to do tons and tons of rides, and you want the lowest cost option, it's going to be Royal Pacific.
I love it too. This also, because it's so convenient, gives you the ability to go back to the park midday. So I feel like, we talk about doing lots and lots of rides, but that Universal Express Pass also helps with just the flow of the day,
Yep.
right? It takes away the planning aspect of where we're going when.
Right.
And you just get to move through your day. Oh, the kids want to ride Gringotts again? Let's do it.
Yeah,
Oh, the
we're here.
kids want to take, yeah, exactly. And it just makes the whole thing a lot smoother. And when you have a hotel that's close enough that you just hop on water taxi and go back over and take a nap or relax or sit by the pool for a few hours before you go back to City Walk for dinner or go back to ride a few more rides, this really is the place to be. And it is the most economical option to have that type of trip
Mhm.
and still do everything that you want to do. Yeah.
I think you skip it if like all you're doing at Universal is at. Like it makes
Yes,
it doesn't, it just doesn't,
absolutely.
there's no draw there
Doesn't
because like
sense.
you
No,
don't get the express pass there and it's not close. So it's
no,
not,
it's not.
it's not one of the places you would prefer to
Right.
stay.
And there, like I said, you guys, Epic Universe is its own thing away from Universal. None of the Universal Orlando hotels are close to Epic Universe. So if you guys want to go to Epic Universe, talk to me, talk to Ryan. We'll help you pick one of those hotels that'll fit your stay better than doing this. Because when you're online looking at these things, you don't realize that this great hotel is not, it's a 20-minute bus ride
Yeah.
away from Epic,
Yep.
if that's all you're planning on doing. So,
Yeah. So that's where it's skipped. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So that's Royal Pacific. If you've stayed at Royal Pacific before, we'd love to know if it was worth it for your trip. I do have people that absolutely love Royal Pacific, perhaps for the vibes, perhaps for that express pass. And there's some people that are like, yeah, meh, rather stay someplace
Right.
else.
For me, guys, I liked it. Was it my favorite hotel? No. Will I stay there again? Yes. Yes, I will. And just for an overview of what, the children in my life thought of this hotel, Eva said this was like Polly from Timu. So she's like, it's like the Polynesian, but not quite. If that gives you,
Light. Holly Light.
if that, yeah, Polly Light, if that gives you some kind of idea where that's at on the range.
Stephanie, we've done the show. We've done the help of things. What's for dinner tonight?
I'm definitely doing pizza tonight. I have so much work to do. We're ordering a pizza. And if you listen to last week's episode, it will not be a Pizza Hut pizza.
Or pizza Predattoria. All right, Pizza
That's
Pals,
right.
have a great week. We will see you next time.
Keep traveling the world.
Just one slice at a time.
Have a great week, guys.